Hello and welcome. This is Kristen from the Online Selling Show, and I am here with another weekly check-in because it is Monday, Cyber Monday here in the United States. It's December 2nd. Hard to believe we are here. This for me is just a crazy week and day today. I'll get into that with what we've had going on. Most of what's going on is happening in this wholesale business. I've said before in other videos that I have been an online seller for 22 years. Oh God, for the last 15 plus years, we've been in the wholesale business model. What that means is I buy from regular big distributors and importers and that type of thing. And we bring it in and we sell it like the same as if I was like a Pottery Barn or your local mom and pop gift shop, whatever that may be. And we do that through the eBay, the Amazon, and our website. And I have been doing that exclusively for the last 15 years. From 2017 till now, this business has been the family's sole source of income. But it is a lot. It is a lot of space. It may be a lot of sales. It's just a lot of money, time, everything. And my husband and I are getting to the age where we want to start planning a retirement. And in 2 to 3 years, maybe 2028-ish, we are looking to retire. My husband just wants to ride off on his boat and go fishing into the sunset. Fine with him. But I enjoy the hunt. I enjoy the yard sales, the estate sales. I don't really see me giving that up, at least at this point in the endeavor. And this channel, this YouTube channel, is here documenting how I'm growing that business. I'm here as a way to show how I'm starting from scratch to basically have, I just picked out of the sky that I want to have a 6-figure income. I picked that because I figured if I don't shoot big, I never know where I'm going to get to. And I tend to just kind of build and build. Hey, that's how I got to the business that I have now, because I had a career job. I voluntarily left a 6-figure job working for the state of New Jersey, and I did it for this wholesale business. And I just don't do anything in small measures, apparently. Anyway, having said all that, the new eBay store started on June 15th, and I've been documenting this to help for myself, but also to help people like you who may be watching this for the first time, or maybe you're coming back, so that you can see what I'm doing. And in these weekly check-ins, I'm setting myself, what are that week's goals? What are the expectations I have for that week? It's also some notation of pain points or problems or things I'd like to improve upon, and I'm going to talk them through with my ideology. And maybe it'll help you with wanting to get started, or maybe help you grow. I'm here to also show it can be done and what it's going to be the reality of life to get it done. I usually do a midweek check-in, and at the end of the week, I will do a wrap-up with showing you what my sales were for the week. And this particular week, I'm just looking to survive. It's going to have to just literally be, I got to get through day by day. And it may seem like I'm being dramatic, but I am not. What I have been doing over the weekend, my husband was away at his father's. My son and I basically took off Saturday. Yesterday, we all kind of just worked at our own pace. We really, that's the blessing of having the building in the back of our property. And we just kind of did time as we saw fit that we wanted to put in. I really only did about a half hour to 45 minutes. And my son has been in and out, pulling all the orders. But I know that it's going to be a mess for today because we have had the Black Friday sales over the weekend. We have maxed out at least 2 days worth. And I'm talking there's hundreds in our daily sales limits for each day. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about with that, it's an Amazon thing. And I will have a separate video that explains the ideology and how I manage that. I've got to investigate if that is something that eBay may do, because one of the things I'm thinking about with that is I've talked about, and I thank the Lord I did it, was I put this new eBay store on a vacation mode with a 2-week promise for delivery. And I did that on Wednesday, and I thank the Lord I did that because I did make some good sales. There's some volume of sales that has to get shipped, but today is not that day. I'm just telling you, we have way too much. I'll get into that in a minute with what I have going on, that there's just no way, and I'm maybe going to get to them tomorrow. As I've explained before, the reason they're a problem is that for the wholesale business right now, we have that as a repetitious muscle memory, whatever you want to say. We know exactly what we're doing with things in this other wholesale business because we've been doing these products for years. We know right from the fact, like what size boxes we're grabbing. We know what we're packing, how we're packing this stuff. And it's not something I can do because in this new eBay store, nothing is in packaging. If they are in packaging, I still have to check that the packaging is intact. It's very intricate in some of the ways we have to package the stuff up. Some of it is bigger, bulkier. They're going to have to find the boxes instead of knowing what the boxes are. And I'm going to tell you, even if I brought it up, my husband and my son is just going to push that aside. They're not even going to look at it because the way we've set ourselves up now with the three of us is my son is pulling orders, my husband is packing orders, and I will be printing postage for that. I still deal with the vendors and stuff like that and answering questions. I mean, my husband and I kind of split that, is how we've split that duty up. But it's still just, it's not part of the regular routine, and I don't even want to get into that. Anyway, I did want to make some notations of what I did get out shopping this weekend, and I want to make some notations on that on this video because it does tie into the eBay endeavor. One thing I can tell you is I did get out on, I guess it was the Tuesday or Wednesday before the holiday, and I noticed in my Hobby Lobbies, they were condensing the Christmas aisles down, and they probably had like half of their aisles empty where Christmas had been. That was astounding to me. That lets me know that their stuff has been very picked over. I kind of knew they were going to be, but people are still going to be looking for that stuff. That's where I'm going to be coming in on the internet business. The people are going to still want it and need it, so I don't feel like I need to rush and do my own like offers of sales and stuff. Another thing was I got to Home Goods on Saturday, and I noticed after being there, I was looking for a bigger statement piece, and I was noticing when I got there that a lot of what they offered was not things I remember them typically having a lot of. One was they had a lot of gift baskets of food stuff, and they had a lot of food. I didn't notice much in the way of tableware. I didn't notice much in the way of the ornaments. They always had beautiful ornaments. I would love to go in there for that. I didn't see much in the way of that. I've been looking throughout the season. They did have a lot of wrapping paper. So for me, and the decorative part of this, the figural and that kind of stuff, I'm not feeling very compelled to want to be putting this stuff on some kind of a sale to compete. I've not been in like the Walmarts or the Targets, so I cannot speak for them. But I have been in Michael's, found the same thing. They were just very limiting in some of the stuff I felt that they had. I wanted some of these bigger signs type of thing. I didn't see that. I did notice from my emails coming in that people would typically be running like 50% off sales or free shipping. I didn't really see any of that stuff this weekend. Maybe it's just the places I'm looking at. I don't know. It doesn't lead me to feel like I have to go out there and run these big eBay, sales to drive business. I just kind of left it. I haven't really done much in the way of marketing. I just haven't had time. And you may be saying to yourself, like I'm exaggerating it, but truthfully, with my weekend from the wholesale business, I have 3 pallets coming in. This is going to be volume stock I need. I've been sold out of it, and they should have been here Friday, but FedEx in my area took off on Black Friday. I don't know what mail carriers in this time of year take that kind of day off. Most of them, the post office, UPS, Amazon was making deliveries on Black Friday. FedEx did not. Go figure. Anyway, having said that, I'm a little frustrated, right? Then I had another I told my vendor to just ship whatever they needed, however they needed to, because I had that large volume order. And then I had a back stock of other items that had been selling out that I needed, but they were on a different order. I said, ship them however you needed to. They shipped them independently. And I have 5 huge, think like 2/3 of the size of a casket size box. I have 5 of them coming in, which would probably be another pallet. They shipped those independently through UPS. And all week long, I kept getting this message that they would update me when a delivery date was available. And when I went in yesterday, the delivery date is today. Same as the pallets. I don't even have the guts to tell my husband or my son because they're going to want to shoot me. I'm just telling you now. But I need to jump on those. I got to basically check in 4 pallets worth of stuff because I need those goods to be sold. I need to get them in. Like I said, some of the stuff has been sold out for over a week, and they are some of my best sellers. So that I got to jump on. We have hundreds that have to go out between the eBay sales from the regular business and Amazon. And then on top of that, my mail lady has her typical day off today, and the person who fills in for her has called out because he's wanting to quit, basically. So the person coming in to fill in, she says, doesn't know the route. She would not be surprised if I need to call the post office. I don't know how much I'm going to need to call the post office because we already supposedly had an arrangement that they were going to be doing a second pickup first thing in the morning at 9. So hopefully they've already been there because we have at least a truck's worth to pick up now. Going to be an interesting day. Having said all that, I'm gonna go pick up my Starbucks while I'm here and get home and get myself to work. I'm gonna say that my goals for the week is just to breathe and survive. That's it, right? So having said all that, I will catch you on the midweek check-in. I'm here for the midweek check-in, and today is Friday. I think it's December 6th. Has to be, because yesterday was the 5th. Yeah, yesterday was the 5th. I was supposed to be taking my sister for a follow-up appointment on with her surgeon, and I had to beg off. She contacted me the day before, which I'm guessing was Wednesday, and we were having the day from blank. Because I've said it before, and I'm going to keep hammering it home. Every year that I've done this, there is one day, I'm not saying it can't be more than one day, but there's at least one day that the internet just crashes. It just has issues, and that day for me was Wednesday. I could not print out postage. I was using 4 or was it 5 different accounts to get through all of the assorted postage. I will preface that by saying that I've said it before, a huge volume of this is my wholesale account, and that's through Amazon. What's going on with the new eBay store that I started? I'm still making sales. I'm going to tell you, I still have not shipped anything that sold over the past 5 days or more. I have to get that stuff out today. I told you the store is in a vacation mode. I do not have to ship it out for another week, but I don't want to wait for that week. I want to try to get that stuff out today. I just need it gone type of thing. But we have just been working such crazy hours with the wholesale business that I said it before, I don't even want to bring that stuff in, but I need to start bringing it in. I need to get it off of my shoulders, my plate, whatever you want to say. I told you I'm not good with cliches. So my plan is I kind of want to start pulling that together this week or this weekend. Even my paper, I mean, it should be like simple to ship, but for me to just have to sit down and count out the sheets and put them together the way I do to ship them out, I can't express to you, the simplest of tasks are just not, like, they're just, everything is being monitored and evaluated all day long as to whether it needs to be done. So right now, I thank the Lord that I was at the point that I was in putting that on vacation mode. For next year, I really don't know. I don't know. If I do what I want and put the stuff in the shed, it would be closer to the end place of getting packed, maybe, because I'm telling you right now, just going into my basement is just not even happening. It is enough. I have been falling asleep in the recliner downstairs at night. I don't know. Don't know if that's the answer. I don't foresee us staying in this wholesale business model and me thinking that this store is getting ramped up to 10 or 20 items a day with the types of goods that I'm buying and being off, just being into a different, sales platform. I'm really thinking that I feel at this point in time for next year, I'm going to have to do probably what I thought, and that is just completely shut the store down for the months of probably mid-November-ish to maybe the end of December. I'll have to see where I feel that I can realistically start bringing that stuff back into the mix. I don't see it happening right now. These are just things I'm sharing because, again, I want to use this as a vlog for myself, as what I'm thinking and doing each week so that I can kind of help plan myself for next year. And, you know, I don't want to go into this, like I said, with it feeling like it's a burden on my shoulders during retirement. So I really think this may be one of the things I should be doing in the future. I do have a friend who wants to go to an estate sale tomorrow that she saw, and she just wanted me to go because she just doesn't understand, and she's kind of shy. So I think I'm going to one tomorrow. I looked at it. There is absolutely nothing of any interest to me. The weekends for us are a little bit more flexible because it's not recognized as a shipping day. It's not considered a business day. So it will free me up in the sense that this weekend, the way that we manage our lists for the wholesale business is that we will probably spend Saturday packing and shipping orders that are in queue, mostly on the Amazon site for Tuesday and thereafter shipping. I've done a special episode talking about the shipping queue and the daily limits on Amazon. If you have any interest in seeing that, to know what I'm talking about, I will try to link that video down below, because the thing on Amazon is you are constantly having to manage that list. We did make some adjustments, or I made the adjustments really, with setting our daily limit, and I set it very high. I kept playing with it last year because we had gotten so far behind on the weekend of Black Friday that I just kept upping the daily limits to free up space for buyers so that we weren't losing sales, and I've left it there. I've kind of gotten to see what our capacity is. I'm going to tell you, Monday, with the volume of what came in on eBay, we were really kind of at the end of our rope by the end of that day. I think we were at each other's throats, all three of us. So I definitely feel like we are at the max for the Amazon daily sales limits. But the weekends do get to be a little bit more flexible, and that is pretty much what they look saving grace right now. So I'm going to cut this off and get home and get my packing done. I'm going to do my end of the week wrap up as well now, because tomorrow I'm truthfully just going to, my plan is just to decorate and try to get my house cleaned up. This week has been very, very busy in the wholesale business side. I did get things collected up for the sales for the new eBay business and have part of them, most of them, in the warehouse to be packed now. I'm hoping, today is Saturday, I'm hoping to get the majority of that stuff with my son packed up and shipped out. My mail lady was not coming today. She had a family emergency, and I have no idea if they didn't send anybody to my house to pick up at all. Not too happy. This is going to mean Monday is going to be nuts, absolutely nuts. The FedEx situation for me is really becoming a problem because I don't typically use FedEx. I just don't. They have shown up in the past several weeks being very competitive, and I'm talking between $2 to $5, sometimes even half the price of the other vendors, meaning UPS or the post office. The site, when I go on it to look for drop-off sites, has directed us to Walgreens, or we have Dollar Generals here. My husband tried to drop off at a Walgreens by us, and they told him if it didn't fit in this specific cabinet, it wasn't something they could take. The cabinets were packed by the time he got there, and the one box alone was not going to fit in there anyway. My understanding is the FedEx driver went to pick up packages several days later, and they were actually using my husband as an example of a joke. So we were not happy, just not. The the FedEx guy did make an effort. He has been picking up from us for the past several weeks. At one point, he made a mention that they were not happy that he was picking stuff up, but he still did it. And he dropped off some stuff today and told my husband that he was basically given the ultimatum. If he continued to do it, he was going to be fired. I was not aware that apparently these places that do take your packages get a cost per item for being there to take those packages. So we're gonna, I guess, check out the Dollar General by us and see if that's going to be an option. So that is going to be something that has to get planned out. If not tomorrow, by Monday. We'll see how that rolls out, because I have tried to figure out what to do online, and I either pay $3 per package, or I'm supposed to contact my sales rep. Well, I don't have a sales rep. The sales rep is supposed to be assigned to you based on your volume. Well, I don't print my postage myself. I print it through Amazon or an equivalent of Amazon, meaning eBay or this Viquo that is an Amazon product. So I don't know how you would base my pricing, because it's not based on my volume. It's based on, I guess, Amazon's. I have no idea. That will need to be worked out in this next week. Other than that, we are just booming in that business that is my entire existence right now. I am so tired, just tired. I need a good night's sleep. But that's what's going on this week. Not much more. I will do my sales wrap up. You'll see that I am making some sales, but I will definitely tell you that between either the store being on vacation or me not listing consistently every day, I think they ran out around the 20th or so of November, I'm getting whole days with nothing now of sales. And a lot of my product is geared for the season, so I would think that I would be making these sales. I've had some decent sales, but not steady like I was having before. We shall see what happens in the new year, is all I can say. So I will be back with the sales. So I'm here now to go over the sales from December 2nd to December 8th. Again, want to point out that this is now fully with no current listings no new listings going up. The store was in a long vacation setting, meaning that when people came in, it was going to be anywhere from several days to almost 2 weeks of sales at this point in time. I put it on vacation basically a couple of days prior to the start of Thanksgiving, and we are, like I said, December 2nd to the 8th. I believe the sale at this point, or the vacation, was going on to the 13th. So I am really happy. I was able to make $530 of gross sales. It says my net sales is $325, but at this late date, I really was not putting in all of the data of, where I purchased this from, how much I purchased it from. I am recording this on New Year's Day, so some of the timing is going to look a little weird because of the delay and how long it's taken me to kind of catch up with my videos during this period of time. The average gross sale of $48.15 is going to be accurate, but the average net sale of $29.56 is not, because I do need to put the cost of goods in there. The profit margins aren't going to really be accurate. The sales they're showing is like, my Facebook sales should be like my paper sales, old store stock. I can't say that that's correct because I do have a lot of things that I had go on that aren't necessarily coded in there. And then if you do notice, I have this down here and it's in the negative because I did have one item come back as a return. They're saying, I spent 0 on new inventory. That makes sense. And then the cost of goods is not going to be correct, but the market fees of $79.87 will be correct, and the shipping labels should be correct of $79.35. I made 12 sales during that week. Again, I don't know that I would look at this down here and being correct because I don't have all of my sales data in there. But now let's see what my items are that sold. All right, I'm gonna bring up what was my lowest price, but it's just kind of hysterical. These are little wooden gingerbread men that were cut out. I'm talking maybe 1.25 inches. These are some felt things that are probably from like a Hobby Lobby at some point. I was at a community sale in Lancaster. These were actually being stored in an old style Q-tip box where it's like a outside sleeve and it like slid inside. I bought them because I just thought that I could, make some money off of them. I put a purchase price of $1 in there, and I took a sale offer, or I don't know, whatever it was, of $9.35. I bring this up because it looks like, like who would think about that? But after you take out all the fees, which I'll go through now, I still made a decent profit. So over here on the left is the saying I bought it on September 5th. That is not correct. I bought this in the end of July. I don't exactly have any idea why that went in like that. It says it took me 13 days to get it listed. Again, I don't believe that to be true. I did buy it at a yard sale. That is correct for $1. I do believe that. So it's saying it took 3 months to sell. If you look over here, it says my total collected is $15. That breaks down to $9.35. I think it was an offer I sent to them. They put it in their watch list and I think they accepted it with a $5.65 shipping cost. Now, how this breaks down is that eBay charges 40 cents no matter how much they collect for you, but it is a fixed fee for them to collect this $15 out of the buyer's account and put it into your account, and they charge 40 cents to do that. The final value fee is a commission that you pay to eBay. Basically, it is 15% of the full amount of what they collect. And if you're curious to make sure that that is correct, it would be able to be found if you Google, look up an eBay calculator. It will go through various questions, because if you have a store, the type of store you have, the category the items are listed in can fluctuate what that price would be. The cost to ship was $4.26 is what I actually paid for the label, which left me with a net return of $7.49. So this, dollar purchase, which I just averaged out. I probably didn't even pay that much realistically for this. Like I said, these really don't look they're that exciting, or who would want it. And I still made $7.49 3 months later. The ROI is the 749%, and I made a profit margin of 50%. So I just tell you, sometimes pay attention to those smaller items. I am continuously surprised with what those little items are. Here is another one that was a small item. This was at an estate sale. I went back over the goods after I had gotten the things I know was the most desirable, and I just knew these were Disney. They were new in the box. They were McDonald's, and I took a chance. These were, I'm assuming, Happy Meal items that they gave as prizes back in the day. These were from 1989, and I bought them for, I don't even know, maybe $1 a piece. $2 would be the tops I paid for them. I did take an offer of $15 for them. And you know, you'd have to take the $2 out of here, but I still made like $12. I was happy to kind of rescue these. They were really cute. I've had a time since then now. I could have picked them up again, a set of these without the box, but I wasn't compelled to do it because I kind of know now that in the box, this is the value of them. And like I said, I was happy to rescue them. Here is another item. This was bought off of Facebook Marketplace. These were, ooh, I want to say $5, and they were in with multiple other items. It was just a vintage lot that somebody put up. It was on my way home from, you know, my daily run of getting tea, and I said, you know what, again, another let me rescue it kind of item. I paid, like I said, maybe $5 for these, and I took an offer of $20 for them. So it took me about a month to sell. So you're looking at, I more than doubled my money. I got $5. I would have easily gotten back about, you know, take the 5 out of there, and I got back 12. So very good. I was happy with getting those rescued and out. Here is another item that I bought this at an estate sale that I basically had to go and dig through. I had no knowledge as to what they were going to sell for. When I got them home and did their comps, I was like, oh, this is never going to sell. I grouped them up. I decided instead of trying to piece them out, I took an offer of $22. I did not know that I had the shipping costs in there for so high. And I attributed $10 to them. And I still, after all the fees came out, was able to make $12.41. So here, you know, sometimes you don't feel that exciting after you get your items, but just stick with it. It took 4 months to sell, but I kind of figured, you know, Christmas was coming, that they were going to probably be a better item for Christmas, and there you go. So this is the second highest that is not my paper or not something to do with my business. This was another one of these Hallmark items that I just threw in a tub at the first estate sale that I got, and she charged me $2 for each plush. I did a video showing the animation on this item. I don't believe he is a Jingle Pals. The Jingle Pals are the ones that I had to get educated about. They happen to be in the same tub with the Jingle Pals. I actually bought another one of this same Snoopy, and I do need to get it listed. I didn't want to have them competing against each other. Like I said, put a little video up, and it took 6 months to sell, but I did buy this in July, so I knew it was going to take some time to get it sold. It actually took 5 months to sell, and I got my full asking price of $32.99. It was the very beginning when I wasn't sure of shipping costs and how I wanted to pack things up, and I wasn't really bringing my scale in, and I still you know, got somebody to buy it with a $16.20 shipping cost. I am shocked. The ad fee, I don't know if I went over that, is the sponsored ads on eBay where I pay them a fee to basically give me a push up in the sales results when people are searching on eBay. That was $1.09. And I came back with almost a $30 return on my $2. I'm very just like dumbfounded, like, wow, great. And then the number one selling item, wow, I'm going to tell you, I was really debating. I kind of wanted to kind of keep this for myself. I thought it was really kind of unique and cool, and it is having a flaw. So my number one selling item for this time period was this vintage twinkle light house. It didn't seem to have a brand name, but it was one that was not really well featured in the posting for the estate sale. And it was just in this nondescriptive kind of box in the sale. There is this mark here on the roof that was like a wasp's nest or something that had been built on it that I had to basically scrape off. I'm telling you, I was kind of tempted to keep this. It was a really cute, interesting piece, but I did put it up for sale.
I don't have the purchase price listed here. I think I paid about $20 or $25 for it. The light that was inside was just a regular old-fashioned light. It was a little loose, but it was just the way it was made. There really, other than that thing on the roof didn't have much flaws to mention. I took about 3 weeks to get this sold, and I got $162 for it. I believe I sent them an offer and they accepted. The offers I'm referring to is when they like the product and you can send them something. Anyway, it says I had roughly $38 profit. Take out about $25, and that was my #1 sale for the week. I'm hoping you liked what you saw this week. Maybe there's some surprises in there. I would really appreciate a thumbs up if you found some good content out of this week's vlog. Leave me some comments. Are you surprised with any of these things? Just goes to show that, you know, you never know what you're going to find. This was a piece I would have never guessed that I would be buying. It does seem to be a little bit more on the rare side. I couldn't even find this exact one. I had to find ones that were similar. But I'm going to say bye for now, and I will catch you next week.